up, everyone? It's your boy Satemangala, the Reverend of the Revolution, welcoming you to another edition of your Daily Revolution, the podcast that helps you to wake up, turn your brain on, and to prosper every single day in every part of your life. Today's topic: eternal expansion is the game. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. And one final note, this was actually taken from a video that I did on Facebook, so this was live on Facebook, and enjoy it. Here we go. Listen, I got a really cool message for you guys today. So, April 11th, I did murph, right? It's where you run a mile, and then you do 300 air squats, 200 push-ups, 300 air squats, 200 push-ups, 100 pull-ups, and then you run another mile. Well, I did this on April 11th, and it took me 81 minutes, like just under 81 minutes. Well, listen, the reason I did that is I set this big, huge target, right, to do Kokoro. On September 23rd. And Kokoro, you got to do murph with the vest, and you got to do these PT requirements, and there's a lot of work you got to do. So on April 11th, I'm like, well, I woke up, I'm like, I'm going to do murph just to see where I'm at. So I've got this benchmark. Well, I did murph back then. It took me 81, just shy of 81 minutes, and dude, I was tapped out. It was super, super hard for me, and I just was thinking, dude, there's no way I'm going to be able to, like, holy smokes, are you kidding me? And maybe some of you do the same thing. Like, you set a goal, a big, hairy, audacious goal, right? The BHAG. And inside of that BHAG, it's like you want something, whether it's more money, a new business, a weight loss, you want to level marriage up, and you want to be a better, more spiritual person, more patient with your children. Whatever the goal is, right, it's big. And for me, Kokoro's big, because when I did 20X on March 20th, dude, I got my ass handed to me. Like, it was pathetic. So I did it on there, but, you know, I committed to Kokoro, and I knew that in order to do Kokoro in September, like, I listed out the NRAs, what I call necessary required actions. Like, here's the goal. Here's what's necessary and required. And if I do the NRAs, right, what's necessary, required, like what's going to be required of me is I'm going to have to lose 40 pounds. I'm going to have to train like I've never trained before. I'm going to have to change my mindset. This is the same thing in business. You want a 10 extra income, you got to change this. You got to get clear about what you want, and then you got to make a deep commitment. Well, this is what happened. I've been training hard over the last 30 days. I've been like falling in love with doing different workouts. Like, I'm a weightlifter, right? I like to lift heavy weights. I have big shoulders, but I'll never forget Tree during 20X. He's like, golly, your biceps and shoulders are useless. It's a damn shame. And I'll never forget his words. He'd be on the mic, the megaphone. Golly, lack of preparation. You cannot tell me you prepared for this. So I let all these things sink in, right? I'm like, dude, who would I have to become to do Kokoro? Who am I going to have to become as a man physically? So today what happened was I worked out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right? 4 days of working out. Yesterday swam 1,000 meters, ran on the treadmill, did a mile as my recovery. And then I called my boy. I said, Jeremy, let's do murph tomorrow morning. Right? And I was tired like all day yesterday. Woke up super early, worked out, went all day. But I was like, dude, let's do it. Like, this is how Kokoro is going to be. I'm not going to have rest and recovery. I'm going to be fatigued and tired. So I called my boy Jeremy up. I'm like, dude, let's hit murph up tomorrow morning. Get the cross. I'm like, dude, we'll come at 6:30 do murph. He's like, cool. This morning I woke up at 4:40. Like, I'm laying on the ground, right? And I'm like this. I'm like, dang, man. And I tried to think of every kind of excuse. What should I tell Jeremy this morning? I should tell him something. And I tried to find a reason. I tried to find an excuse while I was laying in my bed. Yeah, you know what? I've worked hard all week. I don't think I should do murph today. But for an hour, I was like studying, reading, trying to find, and maybe some of you're going to do the same thing. You're going to try to find reasons to not follow through. But here's how I did it. Over the last 30 days, I have followed through. I've kept my word. I've done what I said I was going to do. I've been a level 10 commitment. And I've lost almost 15 pounds in the last, I've lost 15 plus pounds in the last month. Like, my body fat's dropped. I've trained consistently. I've surrounded myself with great coaches and mentors like Roman and Nick and all the 5:30 a.m. crew. I trained with my boy Sam and Jeremy. Lucky, who's my, like, the PIK, the peak method, who's been helping with my nutrition, Lucky and Kenora. When my wife has been supporting me, and I've just been changing and going through this transformation. Why? Biggest thing is because I want something. I set a big goal right in my life. Right? I set this goal that's so big that it requires me to change who I am being, change my mindset, change my heart. And I've been training, and I've been paying a price. And I've been, like, workouts, I push, I hit threshold, and I push beyond it. Like, I can't stay the same person if I want to hit this goal. So number one, I set a big-ass goal, something I want, fueled by my why, what I call a holy cause, what I want. Right? And then when I don't want to do the work, I just go back. Am I committed? Am I willing to do what's required, do what I said I would do? I said I was going to do Murph today. So I got up and I said, well, if Jeremy doesn't show up, you know what? I'll just do the workout of the day. I won't do Murph, but man, something in my heart has been telling me, Satema, if you are going to become who God created you to be, you will have to learn to follow through. You will have to learn to do the things you said you were going to do. So woke up this morning. And here's the cool thing about training, right? There's two real aspects of the training that allow you to get stronger. Physically, I've been training. Physically, I've been hitting CrossFit, I've been swimming, I've been running with the vest, I've been pushing, like, there's like working out and like working and getting through the work. And then there's like pushing capacity and hitting threshold and pushing through it. And nobody can push it. You're going to have to push when you hit threshold. And that's what I love. Like if you are working out by yourself, I invite you to go find a group, find people to train with. I work out with all my boys at CrossFit and my girls, right? All the groups. And these dudes are like $170, $200. They're lightweights for me, but man, they push me. I got trainers and I've given my trainers permission. Dude, you can push me. Like, you can push me. You can get in my face. And I'll never forget one of my trainers back at Viking Cross. His name is Will. I remember I was like huffing and puffing. This is like 2 years ago. And Will would walk up to me and he was like, put your hands on the bar and find a reason to go. That's a good thing. Reasons are good when you find reasons to go. So what I love is, like, today we started Murph. And I got there and I was like, dude, I'm doing this. I'm tired. I've worked out 4 days straight. I'm exhausted. And we went. And here's the cool thing, right? 30 days ago, my mile was like 10 and a half minutes. Today, sub 9. 30 days ago, halfway into the workout, right? Like half of the reps, 10 rounds of 20 rounds. For me, I did 20 rounds, 10 rounds in a mile. 30 days ago, it was like 31 minutes. Today, sub 25. And I was clipping to that, and I just focused. And I remember getting tired, but I kept thinking, wait a minute. Satema, you're going to do Kokoro. You're going to have to learn to push when it gets hard. You're going to have to learn to push when you're tired. You're going to have to learn to pull up, to push up, to air squat when you're fatigued. Anybody can do this when they're filled with caffeine and they're rested and they're relaxed. Anybody can do that. But how do you play the game when you're tired? When you don't want to do the work? So what was fueling me today, right? I kept thinking about my wife, my kids. I kept thinking about 20X. I kept thinking about Kokoro. And I kept cycling through all these reasons to keep pushing. Like, I know my wife for doing Kokoro. I know why I'm doing what I'm doing. And then, right, when we left to go do that last mile, right, I finished, we went to do the last mile. I was at 45 minutes. And that's some crazy things happening. Part of me was like, just take it easy. As long as you're under 70 minutes, Tim, you're good. Because I was just aiming for 70 today. I was like, if I can beat 70 minutes today, that would be badass. But at 45 minutes, we ran out the door. I'm like, holy shit, man. I could actually get sub 60. And so my mind, I was battling back and forth during the run because it was fatigue. I was tired. Jeremy was in front of me. I'm like, just push, Tim, push. You will never regret pushing. If you pass out on the road, even better. Push, Tim, push, Tim, push, Tim, push. And when we got into the door, 53 plus, it was sub 54. It was like 53 something. My last mile was better than my first mile. Your mind is a liar. You can do so much more than you think you can do. You can do way more than you're capable of. But here's a couple things, right? Number one, you got to get clear about what you want and why it matters. Number two, you got to commit to the NRAs, what's necessary and required. Number three, you got to stop stopping, right? Just keep going. Learn how to have one foot in front of the other. And then if you do that consistently, and you practice and train, right? I didn't just wake up and say, I'm going to attract a better time today. I've been training. I've been working. I've been chopping wood. I've been doing what's required. I've been getting up early in the morning to do the work that I said I would do. I've been doing it. And every one of you, it doesn't have to be Kokoro. Maybe it's an Ironman. Maybe it's like leveling up your business. Maybe it's leveling up your spirituality, leveling up the marriage, like push you. Like, listen to me. We are gods in the embryo. We were born to be great. I believe in God. You may not. That's okay. I ain't judging you. But listen, like, you are powerful. Way more powerful. Now, I'm just letting you know, if you want something, go get it. Go get it. 53, like sub 54 minutes for me today. I love it. I love it. And here's the difference. When I did it last time and it took me 80 minutes, tapped out all week, man. Worked out like one time that whole week. My arms were sore. Today, I'm ready to go. Double murph. Well, I can't do it. I got some calls coming up with clients. But I feel great. I feel great. 30 days. Imagine what happened if I would take this on every single day, spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, with my boys. Imagine what your life would look like if you got committed and did the things you said you would do and created the power inside your life to live your purpose. Don't live like Tema. Don't live like the other people. Don't live like Gary Vee. Live your life based upon what you want. And be committed. Do what you said you were going to do. Follow through in spite of how you felt. I try to make up stories to not go today. How crazy is that? My second mile was better than the first mile. After 300, 200, 100. Physically, I feel great. So huge props to Lucky and Kenora helping me with my fitness and my eating. To my boys, Nick and Roman over at Cinco CrossFit. To my goddess, love you, Lina. I know you'll never watch this because you just don't watch your husband on his, when he's coaching and teaching and preaching. To Jeremy, to all my boys and doing Kokoro still, like Stag, all my boys, all JT, all you guys, man. Love y'all. Go get it. Listen, if I can do it, you can do it. I'm telling you, you just gotta go get it. Keep chopping wood. Do what you said you would do. Do what's required. Take decisive action in spite of thoughts, feelings, emotions, and moods. Sub 54 minutes today, Murph. Literally 30 days ago, I was at 80 minutes. I'm gonna keep chopping wood. I'm gonna get better and better in every part of my life. And I want you to do the same thing. I'm out. For more info on joining the revolution and living your greatest life of prosperity today, go to www.yourdailyrevolution.com and join us in waking up, turning your brain on, and prospering today.